All right, everybody. In this edition of Jan Scott Live, we're going to talk about the Epstein files, um, the women who are attracted to porn, sex work, trafficking young girls. It's a whole damn mess. Actually, I've been looking at this uh, kind of stuff. I call it porn addiction or sex addiction. There's actually treatment programs for it. And for a long time, for about 30 years, ever since we started Jan Scott Live, and I had the opportunity to interview both a lot of men and women when I was doing addiction-free radio. I mean, even 30 years ago, who were involved in this, and it's only grown exponentially. It was big 30 years ago, and now it is enormous. So let's sort of dig into this. So currently, here we've got the Epstein files, and here they are. There's Epstein, Prince Philip, Bill Clinton, and what's his name? Doesn't believe in God. So all of these guys supposedly were on the island, the Lolita Express, with Jeffrey Epstein, where there were young girls being sex trafficked, and these guys were having relationships. Here's Trump seems to be named in this. Michael Jackson, I don't know how we get in there, but apparently he's kind of part of this. But here it is. So we have, um, according to the reports, Epstein shows young, vulnerable girls from broken families. But that's really not the whole story at all. Today you have, I mean, here's an example of what you have on Instagram and Instacart. You have the New York Times just wrote a big story about it. Here's a mom. Can you see these? And a young and her daughter. There are thousands of these moms who put pictures of them and their young daughters, perfectly legal, in bathing suits and sell them to men. And they're making millions of dollars. So they're called mommy daughter influencers, and they sell photos. New York Times did a big expose. That's going on. Then we move up to the next level. This is OnlyFans. You have to be 18. So here are these girls over 18. They move from Instagram influencers where they're making millions now into OnlyFans, and they're starting to do porn there. Okay. But this has been going on okay, here are the girls in porn. Here's OnlyFans right here. Here's one of the OnlyFans girls and how much money that they make. So the girls are joining OnlyFans and what are called stranger sites like Omega. There are thousands of stranger sites, thousands of girls from like 9 years old to whatever doing porn, and then men pay them money. And these things are perfectly legal. They're rolling along. So girls all over the place are doing this right now. Then, of course, will go back to here's John Benet Ramsey. Okay, we remember her, right? So her mom really promoted her as a little fashion model, and Boulder went crazy because they were saying 30 years ago that mom had exploited her daughter. Of course she did. And here's mom exploiting herself, Miss West Virginia. So she was all wrapped up in sex. I mean, there, and what's this? This is, I can't tell. Is this Omega? Oh, here's Omega. The best sites. Here's Omega. This is where girls go on and charge boys to have sex with them on on online. And these are called stranger sites. Do you even know about this, Boulder? I've been following this for some time when I started doing addiction-free radio, and it's grown exponentially. It's way out of control, and it's way beyond Jeffrey Epstein. He's like, oh, he's such a pervert, and he trafficked all of these girls. I'm saying to you that these girls, and here's mom and her daughter, mom's pushing the daughter to get older men to buy photos. The girls are doing it themselves. They are joining things like OnlyFans or Omegle. They're doing porn and they're trying to make money doing it. The whole thing's out of control. It's really, you know what it is? It is sex and porn addiction, and it's both men and women. And until we start to look at it that way, and not just blame these guys, okay? Um, should they have been fucking 13-year-old? Well, no, of course not. But mommy is promoting it, okay? And so is Patsy Ramsey with her little daughter John Bonet. The whole thing is crazy. Um, it is. So how do we solve it? I have to start to look at it as a mental health concern and an addiction. But I'm telling you right now, there are thousands of stranger sites, thousands of there's porn everywhere. It's in all different forms. The girls, young girls from like 9 years old and up are going for it. Um, and who's pushing it? Both adult men and women are pushing it, and Instagram's pushing it. The internet's pushing it. So how are we going to stop it? How are you going to treat it? Um, yeah, I mean, it's not just a law enforcement issue, and they're failing. I mean, we already know they maybe pick up one in 1,000 men who actually have child porn, but for every one of them, there are thousands of others. And then there are thousands of girls and moms pushing porn all over the internet. And it's like alcoholism or drug addiction. It really is. So, anyways, there you have it with me on the Epstein file. I mean, this is like the tip of the iceberg. But, as long as these girls think they can go on Omegle and make money, as long as we have moms like this pushing young daughters, and there are thousands of them, as long as we have girls that turn 18, think they can get on OnlyFans and make money, you're going to have these guys buying them, buying it all over the place. All right, that's it for me today. I'm Jan Scott out.